everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? And if you're not feeling so good, just know that I am here and I give you big hugs. And if you're feeling well, I still give you hugs. I'm just going to put on a little serum. I'm going to be 45 next year. Can you believe that? Ooh, your girl here, she's getting older, but I still feel beautiful regardless. I embrace age very much. So I want to just come on here and say hello to everyone. I hope you're all doing well. And I thank you all for your DMs and your messages wishing me well. I really appreciate it. Always going to come on this internet and be transparent and authentic. You know, I don't like fakeness. It's actually something I despise very much. I'm always going to be honest and let you all know how I'm feeling. This week was a little challenging. You know, I was feeling very depressed this week. Thank God for therapy. It really helps. It really helps. So if anyone is contemplating about going to therapy, if you have any questions, you can always DM me privately. I'll be happy to share. Thank God for it because it really helps. And also I have to thank God, of course, because he is our biggest counselor of them all. So if you're a believer, definitely pray. Prayer definitely helps. Even if you don't feel like God is listening to you, he is. And if you feel you need more of a human interaction when it comes to therapy or when it comes to, you know, dealing with certain issues, then therapy is the way to go, seriously. Just wanted to talk to everybody a little bit about how I've been feeling regarding my content here at AppliedESL, the status of AppliedESL, and how do we move forward. This is my business, AppliedESL. It's an online English tutoring service with a creative approach where I help adult learners build their confidence while practicing and improving their English speaking skills. Another thing that I'm super happy that I can say is that I'm an author. I started out just writing my first book, Life's Reflected Twists, and now I am author of approximately 9 books. Yes. One is a freebie, the others are ESL related, and I have my Coffee with You journal. So if you're interested in learning more about my books and materials, definitely check out the link in my bio and you'll find all of that there. I'm not sure how things are maybe in your prospective countries, so I'm very careful about not talking about things that I may not be familiar with. But here in the United States, I'm sure you know things are pretty chaotic here, okay? And when it comes to education, particularly adult education, it's pretty chaotic. My respect to all the advocacy programs that are always advocating and going to our state leaders, our city leaders, our federal leaders to say, hey, funding is necessary. We need to keep these ESL, adult literacy, GED, adult education programs going. We need that. And much respect to those who advocate for workforce development, because again, we can't as a country say we want people to work, but if people don't have the skills or have the ability to know how to navigate the workforce, when you are a small business like myself, I'm solo, it's just me, and you're trying to navigate with all the changes that's happening, it could be very challenging. What's happening with our government and ICE particularly, these are the law enforcement folks who, they pretty much go after the bad guys. These are the people who, you know, if you come to the country illegally or if you're doing bad things, you know, they're there to enforce this. Okay. And I understand that. But to unlawfully detain people, unlawfully attack people, this is what I'm against. So you might be saying, Teacher Dara, why does that matter to you? How does that affect you and your business? Well, the people that are being detained and mistreated and unfairly, you know, prosecuted are the same people that would probably, more than likely, be my students. They are targeting the population of people that I work with. It has become a very difficult and fearful time for our immigrant brothers and sisters, despite whatever your status is. And so it puts businesses like mine, I'm a private business, but of course you have your nonprofits and you have other private businesses that are really trying to navigate. And how can we help our adult learners if they are terrified to leave their homes, if they are terrified to apply for work or go to their workplaces without worrying about getting arrested? How does that affect me personally? Well, if agencies locally are struggling to keep students or struggling to maintain their businesses or whatever, then that makes it more difficult for me because I am new. Okay, even though I've been a business owner for 6 years, I'm still new. It's not like AppliedESL is a household name. It makes it very challenging to to navigate. It really does. And I would say, and you probably have heard me say here, exposure is really helpful right now. If you decide to support me by buying my books, for example, of course, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay. If you decide to share my content, that helps, because the more my content is shared, it gets just discovered by people who have no clue who I am or what I do. But I am aware, and my type of work is very niche, which just means that it's very focused on a specific profession and specific topics. So sometimes that could be an issue too. The other thing is, some people have said to me, no one's going to buy your books, Teacher Dara, because they don't need it, there's AI, or it's just a waste of time, right? I beg to differ. I think there are a lot of people who still want to use books and want to write their notes and want to go to classes. It's just a matter of reaching those individuals. It's difficult. It really is. From the book publishing side to the marketing side and to the professional side. What is next? I would say, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I'm hoping to see happen. And if you can help me in this, I would really appreciate it. Sharing is caring. I will always say this: share, share, share. You can repost my content, leave commentary, share it with people that you know, particularly schools that you may know. It doesn't necessarily mean people are going to jump and say, hey, let's check out Teacher Dara, but it's a start, right? The other thing I should mention, for those who have told me that my books are not going to sell or nobody wants them, I think it's a very ignorant statement to make, and I know these individuals probably wanted to discourage me from continuing. It didn't work. I will continue to promote and teach from my books and share. I have more things to share with all of you next year, and I don't let it bother me. It's like I brush it off the shoulder. Because let me just say this very boldly and directly to every person out there who has created something, whether it's through writing, artwork, whatever it is, okay? If you sit on your butt for many hours working on something, and you do this continuously every single day, maybe from day to night, night to day, whatever the case is, your butt will hurt. And if you personally have not experienced that, trust and believe, and please believe Teacher Dara, your butt will hurt. But if you haven't experienced that and you think by just creating a book in 5 minutes because you go on ChatGPT or you use AI, listen, that's your business. But for those of us who actually used our hands, our mind, and sat on our butts for hours and hours on end and have strong butt pains, I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you, because nobody who actually sits for hours and create can come to me and convince me that they understand the process. It's something we choose to do. Yes, we enjoy what we do, but it's hard. Just like if you're in school, for my college folks, for my people, those of you who are in school, if you sit up late night reading, studying, taking notes, writing research papers, okay? If you are the type to cut corners and cheat and do it the easy way, that's your choice. I'm not here to judge you. But please do not come to those of us who work our ass off, okay? Now, yes, I said ass, okay? Which is not a nice word to say, but don't come to us and say, oh, nobody's going to do this. No one's going to do that. Here's what I would say to you in return. Why don't you sit on your butt and create something for months on end? Because I just find it interesting. The people who don't do nothing are the ones who always got something to say. My ultimate goal is not just to sell my ESL books. I would really prefer you buy the book to either give to someone who's going to use it, or a school is going to use it, or students are going to use it. Because see, to me, what matters is, what are the teachers and students gaining from using my books? To me, that is the payout. This rhetoric that I tend to hear about people supporting other people based on nationality, color, race, whatever it is. It gets tiring for me. I've had this question asked, as an African-American woman from the United States, do you feel supported? No. Simple. No, I don't. I don't have a lot of people who look like me who support me. If they do, they're very quiet or they're hiding, but directly, no. I know people like to bring up that topic because it sounds good. It sounds, important. And yes, we need to stick together. But can I be honest? Ain't nobody sticking with me, darling. Okay. It's just me, Mama ESL, and God. That's it. Okay. So, because everything I make for AppliedESL, which is not much, I go put it back in the business. So I don't even get a chance to use it for myself, if I can be so honest. All of this, okay, all me, okay? And I say that lightheartedly because I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. You know, there's a reason why you don't see me talk about certain things here. It's all a good reason, because I don't fall victim to the rhetoric and the he said and she says and all this stuff. I'm an individual. I work alone. Okay. I like to do things on my own, but I'm always open working with people. But I want to work with the people who actually care about what they do. That it's not about the color. It's not about the age. It's not about I'm an American, you're this or that. It's about helping our adult learners. Period. We are in a crisis, but I'm not giving up. So you will see me continuously talk about my books, my materials, lessons, any tips for my teachers, reflections of an ESL teacher, because I know a lot of you have liked those videos, which I appreciate. For my workbooks, for example, I keep all of my sample copies with me. Yes, for my authors, for my creators, for those of us where our butts hurt, you understand the power of holding your babies in your hands. If you haven't done that, you can't talk about it. I'm sorry. You know, some things, you know, you just can't relate to if you don't know what it's like to hold your product. You can copy, you can bite, you can try your best to be everything but yourself. But when your name is on your product and your butt hurt, okay, then and only then you'll understand why us creators are so damn passionate about the work we do. So if you want to be a creator, let me bring my books back. If you want to learn how to do this, I'm your girl. I'm here to share the love. I don't gatekeep, okay? If you want to learn how to get started, next year I have a lot of beautiful things planned for you, but I need you to also really take the time to think about what path are you trying to go into, no matter what career you're in. And try not to focus so much what everyone else is doing, and be a little selfish and think about what you want to do and do it. And you will make mistakes, and you will have 100,000 copies of your book or your product or your creation because you made a lot of mistakes. Yes, I had mistakes in my books too. Had to scrap things, had to revise, had to change. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I promise you, the end result, nobody can take that away from you. Not an Instagram, not a social media platform. Nobody can take that away from you. And don't ever, ever forget that. So next year, you'll still see this gorgeous face, darling. I will continuously advocate and promote adult education. So if you don't like that content, you're not going to like me very much, but that's what I'm here for. I will continue to be there for my adult learners out there, my adult educators out there who really are working hard, whether you're in the United States or not, really making a difference. You have my support, okay? And don't let the naysayers get to you. People always talk, and ignore them, because they will be the same ones standing on that line waiting to come into your event, darling. And then you'll get to decide if you want them to enter or not. I'm just saying. Love you all so much. Always try your best. Thank you for listening to me if you got this far in the video. And I will see you in the next video. Continue to try your best. Just know I am trying my best behind the scenes. I'm always grinding, okay? This is why I don't have much hair on my head, but it's all worth it. Love you so much, everyone.